Good morning, Janess. Y'all looking beautiful. I'm very honored to be in front of all of you today. Thinking back, it's been quite a journey since 2009. As Calvin was sharing some great knowledge with you, and along with so many leaders that has been on the stage, it just brings to mind the humble beginning of this company. And now it's a billion-dollar company. You are a big part of it. Give yourselves a hand. Okay, when you give yourselves a hand, you got to bring it up. You got to acknowledge you are a big part of the success. Now, many times, as I travel and work with people from all over the world, there's always a question, how can I do it faster? How can I do it better? Any of you ever have that question? Well, there's many answers. There's never one answer. Because each of us are on a different journey. I still remember as I sat through many trainings, my friend, mentor, Kim Hui, Kim always says, you are where you are supposed to be. I said, wow, that's an interesting reply. What does that mean for me? Well, I still remember starting out, the 5 of us in the company. I've never really made a lot of money in this industry before. But I don't want to be left behind. And at the time, I just thought, man, if I could be debt-free, if I could travel the world, have freedom, have a decent life, that's all I wanted. Really didn't have any idea what a diamond is. No diamond at the time. No emerald at the time. No ruby at the time. No sapphire, pearl, or jade at that time. I just thought that if I can really change my life, really have the life that I dreamed of. But the question for a lot of people is, you can have all the how-tos that you want, but if you're not grounded in really knowing what you want and why you want it, that, for me, was the breakthrough I had. From not making much money in this industry to really having the power to move forward at full speed. Would you like to know what that is? Would you like to know what that is? What that is really realizing I had to move my thinking from ambition to meaning. When we first start in the business, many times we tell our team, you got to follow the system, you got to do your homework. And one of the first homework we ask our partners to do is to write down their why. Have you heard that before? That's been said so many times. So make a list of the goals of what you want without thinking about how much it would cost you. Because we have been conditioned by society, by our family, by our friends and surrounding, by our school, that there's only a certain way you can live. It's not for you. You can't do it. Have you heard that before? Have you had people doubt you? And have you ever buy into that yourself? Oh, somebody say no. Way to go! Because if you buy into other people's opinion, you buy into their lifestyle. Right? And if we think about it, even our parents, they lived the best that they could for their generation. But don't buy necessarily into everything. Most people, especially for me, coming up from Chinese background, we try to live a life based on our parents' expectations. Right? How many of you have done that? But is that really what you want? Well, I don't know. You have your own answer. But to be truly free of what you want and set the things in motion to move yourself forward to build the life that you want, Jeunesse is one of the most powerful opportunities that you can have. Do you agree? It's been a journey. Moving from ambition to meaning. Well, we can set the goals and the whys and the amount of money, how much and how many commas behind it, how many zeros behind it. But that's not really the meaning. See, many times as we go meet the people, or we talk to the people, I mean, can you imagine sitting down with somebody first, before you even go there? Oh, I got to sign them up. It's like you approach somebody with a dollar sign on their head, right? You don't want to do that because people feel it right away. Yesterday, one of my very, very, very loving partners and one of the most successful partners I have, Yvonne Yen, shared with how to invite, right? You have to go through the steps. You got to take a step back. It's not about what you want. It's about what they want. You know? But sometimes it's through your own story that they will catch something that they want. And that's the thing. See, if you go into a meeting just looking to make money only, you won't find any meaning, you won't find any success because people can feel you. You get what I'm saying? No, unless, there's a saying, unless you care about what somebody else says, they won't care about what you said. And that's the thing. Sometimes we're so excited, oh man, you're just like, what's that called? Verbal diarrhea. Nobody wants to be thrown up on, okay? So that's why, we talk about, we can say it's technique, but it's more like human technology. It's about the resonance that you have with the other person. Because this is a people business. If you don't treat people like people, for sure, you are very limited to how well you will do here. Through the process, how to transition from that ambition to meaning is you can do it step by step. I still remember when I first started, I was living in a one-bedroom apartment, about $1,250 a month, and I gave up all my other income to do Jeunesse full-time. Like, I literally burned the bridge. I took a jump. Not a lot of people would do that, and you don't have to, but I did it. Because I knew I can make it, working with Kim, with Weenie, with Robert, with Tina. I know I can make it. So I just took a jump. I took a chance. But when your back's against the wall, you got to move forward. Right? I did not give myself a choice. I got to do it. I don't want to be left behind. And you know what? After a few months, I was making some money, but not a lot. I was getting not much momentum. Yvonne hadn't joined my business yet at that point. I did not have any superstars on my team. But what I did was, I downgraded. I moved, my lease was up. I moved from the apartment to my friend's house in a one-bedroom. Sometimes when you put in a position where there's not many things around, where you come down living to the bare bone, you realize something. Your awareness, your attention start to focus more on what is the most important. Recently I was introduced to a friend from McDonald's friend, Steven. And I'm not going to say too much, but he pointed out that a lot of people, have clutter. So that's where they spend most of the time, in a clutter. How to do it faster? You got to eliminate the clutter in your mind and in your surroundings, because the more things you have, the more time you spend putting your attention on those things. And then you end up spending very little time working. I have so many partners who do it full time. They want to make it, and they're making some kind of money, but they're not where they are. Well, really, how much time you specifically do Jeunesse? If you say 10 hours, it better be 10 hours, and those 10 hours only Jeunesse. And that's how you speed it up. When you start to be mindful about those things and the meaning behind each of the activity that you're doing, you will start to look at, is it from your ego or is it from is it productive? What I mean by ego is we do a lot of things to satisfy that, I feel good that I'm doing something. I feel good that I'm on the way to success. But is it really productive? And I tell you, every time when I backstage with Calvin, he did a great talk, didn't he? Let me tell you, this guy in the back, he's the whole time, since this very early morning and before, was preparing for his talk. I mean, that's preparation. And that's really finding the meaning. Because what he wanted to do, and all of us on the stage want to do, is make an impact. That is the meaning. That is one of the many meanings. Impact for you. For you. In this business is a people business. The more impact, the more meaning you can find in building the business for yourself and for other people, the more power you have. How many of you would rather be scared trying to chase a goal, don't know if you can do it or not, versus knowing what you want to do and knowing why you do it and feel the power and passion to drive it forward regardless? How many of you want that power? Find the meaning. Find why you really want the things that you want. Is it just because other people tell you so? Is it just because society say, you know what? The more cars you have, the more houses you have, the more watches you have, that's how you're going to be successful? Or is it that really you can have what you want, maybe, a different life where you enjoy it moment by moment? That is the question. For example, a couple weeks ago, one of my partners say, they were very negative. After she goes out to see a prospect, they were negative, and man, it's another thing that I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done this. I say, hey, stop repeating all the negative things the other person told you, but just take it as a lesson. That's all it is. The more lessons we have, the faster we learn. The more we do, the faster we learn. Do you agree? If you want to be successful, what do you have to do? Talk to more people. Go faster. Right? Like Yvonne said, invite. How to invite. She gave you the steps very clearly. If you don't know, go back to Facebook Live, Facebook video, and watch it again. She told you exactly. And you just go, boop, boop, boop. You got to go through them. Walk them through the step. Walk them through a step. How many can you pull? The more people you go through, the more people that will buy the product, the more people that will start the business, because through that, that is the process. Through that, you will find your leaders, will find your team. You are where you're supposed to be in your business. Once you realize, start moving your ambition, your goals to the meaning behind them, besides feeling that you can do it. I mean, a lot of people said, if I can do it, you can do it. Have you heard that before? Say to yourself, they did it, I will do it. Can you say, I will do it? I will do it. I will do it. Your will is more powerful than I can. You say, I will do it. And also, because I will, or if you're negative, say I won't, that you're taking on personal responsibility for your success. Once you do that, you find the meaning behind that. You take personal responsibility. The meaning and all that connects you to people. This is a people business. You have to connect to other people, right? So once we open ourselves up, it's not about making money. I still remember 12 years ago when I started in the industry. I was just trying to make money. I come from a retail background. I used to, own retail stores. I used to be in real estate. I did all that with the dollar sign. I thought, I can have a lifestyle, but that didn't drive me. And once that didn't drive me, I was sitting around when the bad times come, I wasn't prepared. I had no idea. But what you want to do to drive you, keep moving forward over and over again to get you to the next level is the meaning. It's the connection. One of the most important things once you have that is the connection you have with other people. As an immigrant to our great country here in the USA, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful every day for the air that I breathe is clean. For the people that are here who are open-hearted. For the opportunities that are here, that we can all take it and do what we can to live the life that we want. But at the end of the day, it's the connection with other people that drives the business. Don't look at yourself. If we make ourselves the most important, we separate ourselves from the rest of the people. And that's one of the issues that every one of us has to go through. If we are connected, we are just a cog in the wheel. We're a small part of the wheel. To make the wheel, that's the team. You know, all of us standing up here, diamonds, double diamonds, emerald, whichever director stand up here, they made it. They're making amazing money. We all know that we did not do it ourselves, it's the team. Forever grateful. And the last thing I want to lead you with empowerment, having that meaning, having a different mindset, is to expect miracles in your business. Expect it. You know, when we come from a place of lack, we don't have enough, we didn't do enough, it's so hard, you negate all the possibilities of success. Go into business every day when you talk to your partners, when you talk to prospects, go expect miracles, expect the positive. Because once you expect it, you know what happens? Very simple. You open your mind to it. You're open to receiving. So folks, go from ambition to meaning. And that's how you're going to make the shift. How you do it faster, we give you the how-to. But there's a saying, once you know what you're doing and why you're doing, the how-to is a lot easier. So folks, all the best to you. Have a great event. Wish you all much, much success in 2018. Thank you.